Hey guys, welcome back to Ignite Fitness. With September just around the corner, I've decided to bring in a beginner series. Generally, as the kids start to go back to school and people start to go back to university, they start thinking about other goals, and a big one is fitness. So I decided to start the beginner series kind of early, just so that there are lots of workouts to choose from. So at least once a week, I'm going to be bringing in a beginner style workout for people who are just beginning their fitness journey, starting with this total body one today. So all you need to have is water on hand. There's no equipment necessary. Make sure you have water, and let's begin. We're actually going to start with a little warm up, so just join me. We're just going to step and lift our legs. We're going to get going right now. Let's go, guys. So pick the knee up. Try to kick the glute. Kick the glute. So bringing the legs up, and when we do this, we're warming up the hamstrings. I want to do a dynamic warm up each time we go to work out. This warms up the body, this gets the muscles nice and primed and ready for the movement that's to come. So we're just going to start by taking those arms up, sticking with the same movement, keeping those legs going. Now we're just bringing some rotation into the shoulders, beginning to warm them up. There's a common misconception that you don't need to warm up if you're not using weights. Absolutely, you need to warm up before every exercise. So we're coming into shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders back and down the spine. 3, 2, 1. Take them forward. So the same thing, we're just bringing the shoulders forward. We're also warming up the chest over here. Working all ranges of motion. Beautiful. We'll do some chest openers. Taking things nice and wide, nice soft little bend in the knees. Open the chest, really spread the arms. Beautiful. Stepping the leg out wide, we're just going to come into some nice lateral bends here. Opening up the entire side body. So try to open up the chest, taking the gaze up to the ceiling if that suits you today. Switching in to the other leg again, opening up the heart. Really try to rotate to open up the chest, creating as much space as possible. And we'll come back to center, and we're just going to come into some body weight squats. So here we're just sitting, the bum back, and standing everything up. We're not pushing our pelvis forward. We're keeping a nice neutral pelvis. And this one, seat back. 3, there's 2, and 1. Turn back to the front, come into some windmill. So we're crossing to touch the toes, warming up the whole posterior chain in the body, and working the glutes and hamstrings here as well. This is a great movement and dynamic warm up. This slow and steady stretching is for after the workout. Beautiful, guys. So just shake it out. Start with a nice little jog, and we're gonna jump into the bulk of our workout now. Here we have 10 moves. We're going to repeat them each twice. We have 40 seconds on and a 20-second rest. So our first move is a jumping jack. So you have the option, if you're really at the start of your journey, to just come into a step jack. This is still going to get your heart rate high. Otherwise, you can join me and you can go full jack. All right, guys? 40 seconds. We really want to spike the heart rate here. You pick what you need to do. Listen to your body. You can drop and modify at any point. Let's go, guys. Everyone up. 40 seconds. Taking the arms over the head, nice wide stance, and we're squeezing our tummy right from the get-go. Bringing awareness to our core, wanting to support it, support the spine. Draw it in and squeeze. At your own pace. Doesn't matter if you're going super fast, super slow. You can go faster than me, slower than me, whatever suits your body, as long as you keep moving throughout this entire 40 seconds. Beautiful, guys. Come back center. You rest and breathe. Sip your water if you need to. I'm going to demo. So we're going to take a nice wide stance. We're going to come into some alternating side lunges. So we're just sinking the booty back. So from the side, you can see that my cheek is sunk back. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. So dropping down, and we're just pressing into the heel of each foot as we rotate side to side. Getting as low as you can go. At this point, if you're just starting out, what's most important is that you're getting the move right each time. So take your time moving through this. And if you have the range of motion, you can go reach for the floor. At your own pace, speed it up or slow it down, touch the floor or don't. Just stay low and keep moving. Beautiful, shake it out. We're gonna go back to our jumping jacks before we move on to round 2. Jumping jacks and side lunging. So decide, guys, are you going full jumping jacks? Are you dropping to the modifier? Are you gonna continue modifying? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Take those arms out. Remember, your modifier is right here. You're taking the arms overhead, but you're just taking the impact out of the movement. Full range of motion with the arms, taking them all the way overhead. Great big windmill arms. Almost there, guys. Smile through it. We're gonna get through it together. Beautiful, rest and breathe. Sip of water if you need it. All right, guys, we're sinking back into those side lunges, right? So nice wide stance. Good practice in this moment. Sinking the booty back, keeping the knee behind the toe. So you're really sinking into it. Visioning yourself just as if there's a stool that you're trying to sit on each time. Let's go, guys. Side to side. Staying low. Really working on opening up the hips in this position as well. We're driving the energy through the heels of each foot as we push off. Sinking low, pressing the bum back. You're doing great. Ten seconds, you got this. Keep the chest up, keep your gaze out in front of you. You're doing great, guys. So it's starting to burn. That's normal, that's what we want. Beautiful, guys. All right, I'll meet you down on the mat. You know, we gotta put it in there, beginner or not, we gotta do some push-ups. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna come onto our knees for a modified push-up. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna press our chest down for 1, 2, tuck the toes, press up to a downward dog and hold. Shift back to the knees, push up. Join me, guys. Push up, tucking the toes, lifting the bum towards the sky for a downward dog, and we'll shift forward back onto our knees. Push up, taking the chest as close to the floor as your range of motion will allow. Shift back. Beautiful. Taking the elbows out to the sides. Beautiful. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, look between the toes. Last time, shift forward. Beautiful. Come up nice and slow, guys. We got a nice little stretch on that one. So this time we're gonna go into a body weight squat to an air squat. And as we come up, we're gonna push in a little abductor lift. Alternating sides each time. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. So sink the bum back to your air squat, pushing off the supporting leg for a nice little abductor lift. So this is gonna work the glute med. That's your side booty. Beautiful. Keeping that chest lifted, a gaze out in front. Keep smiling through it. Take your time, there's no need to rush. You sink as low as you can. Try to keep the knees behind the toes. And the funny thing about squats is that I can cue you as much as possible, but everyone actually has a different squat position that feels right to their body, depending on how their hips sit. So if your knees are not completely behind your toes, don't worry, it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. All right, guys, back onto our knees. We got push up to down dog. On our knees, find that nice strong position. Here we go, 2, 1. So dropping the chest towards the mat. We're keeping our spine nice and neutral. Tuck the toes, lift the hips and press back. Beautiful, shifting forward. Go. Push up. Beautiful, tuck the toes at your own pace. Take your time. Move slowly through it if you have to. You'll get faster as you get stronger. This is a total body workout. We're working lots of different muscles in this one. Beautiful. Shifting forward. Last time. Beautiful. Come on, guys. Doing great. Take your time coming up. Let the blood flow back into the body naturally. Back to our squat. We're going to abductor lift. Take a sip of water for me. Make sure you stay hydrated. 3, 2, 1. So feet hip width apart. We're sinking back, pressing in to the feet to lift that leg up. You take it as high as you feel comfortable with. If you have lots of mobility in your hips and you can get that leg higher, take it higher. If you're just starting out and you're lacking in flexibility right now, just take it to wherever you can. That comes with time. Flexibility comes with time. Mobility comes with time. It's a practice. Fitness, exercise is a practice, guys. No different than yoga, okay? Something that we work at, we continue and we progress slowly. But we get there. All right, guys. Coming down onto the mat. We're gonna work the abs a little bit here. So we're gonna come into some Russian twists. So these, we're gonna plant our heels onto the mat. We're gonna shift our body back into a C curve position. If you need to hold here, you can. Otherwise, we're just gonna turn and tap each side, rotating through the abdominals. I'm gonna shift away from my wall a little bit here. You're just tapping side to side. If at any point it comes too much, grab the thighs and still hold that C curve position. The abdominals are still working the entire time. We're in C curve. Beautiful. Keep it going. You're doing great. 10 seconds to go. I know they burn. You take your time with these ones as well. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to switch into a low plank hold. So this is entirely up to you guys. If you are a little bit more advanced in your practice, and you can come into a full plank hold, you can come up onto your toes. But for the purpose of this being a beginner exercise, if you need to come onto your knees, you can do that too. So we'll just take them just a little closer in than hip width apart. You can either tuck the toes here, squeeze the abs, or you can lift the legs right off the mat, wherever you feel most comfortable. So we're just going to hold. Like I said, if you want to challenge yourself and come up onto your toes, you can. So you got the elbows stacked directly under the shoulders. You're pressing back into those toes and really pressing into the knees. You got your tummy held in nice and tight. And the gaze is staying outside in front of your mat, not down at your toes. Almost there, guys. 2, 1. Drop and rest. Doing amazing. We're flying through this workout. You're doing so great. All right. Sinking back into our Russian twist. So whenever you're ready, find your position. Heels into the mat. We're going to find our C curve. Squeezing our abdominals tight. 2, 1. Twisting and turning. Tapping each side. Wherever that mobility and your spine allows you to go. If you're only going here, that's okay. That's where you are today. And we are going to progress from there. Staying with me. Keeping everything held tight. And remember your modifier needs to pause and hold here. You do whatever you have to do to make it through the 40 seconds. Modify when you have to. Take a split second break and then jump back in. Almost there. You got 5 seconds. Beautiful. All right. Flipping back over to our low plank hold. I'm going to give you a challenge though. For the first 10 seconds of this second plank, low plank hold, I want you to hold a full plank. So up onto your toes for the first 10 seconds, and I'll tell you when you can drop. Let's go, guys. So remember, we've got the elbows stacked under the shoulders. We're pressing back into those heels. We've got those abs drawn up and tight. We're not rotating in the hips. You can drop to your knees if you need to. If you want to challenge yourself and you want to stay up in this low plank hold, give it a go. It's only 40 seconds. You can do hard things. Let me tell you, you are so much stronger than you think you are. So hold it steady. Breathe. Find your breath and focus on it. And even inhales and exhales. Hold strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. If you want to sink into a quick child's pose, you just sink the bum back into the heels. Reach it forward, keeping the forehead to the mat, drawing the heart down. Beautiful. Come on up whenever you're ready. We got sumo squats to oblique crunches. So we're gonna take our hands up by our ears, join me here, sink into that sumo squat. Hold here, and you're gonna step it up. If this is too much for you, you're just gonna come up and down in that sumo squat. But if you have the mobility at this moment to get that little bit extra out of this sumo hold, we're gonna work our obliques, the abdominals that run down the side of our body here. Whenever I do total body, I try and hit as many muscles as I can within each move. Almost there. Beautiful, guys. All right. Coming back down on the mat, we've got some plank rotation. So you have two options. You can come into full plank rotation here, or you can drop to your knees into a high plank and just pulling the arms back. So then this way, you're working your back muscles still. Take your poison and work through these 40 seconds. I'm just going to demo the modifier one more time. Pulling that arm back from supported high plank. Drawing it back, working the rhomboid muscles in your back. Those same muscles are still working in the side plank rotation. We're bringing our obliques into it more than our rectus abdominis, which you'll feel in the high plank. Beautiful. Drop to your knees. Come up nice and slow. We've got either sumo squat or sumo squat to oblique crunch. Alrighty. Here we go, guys. Nice wide stance. Sink the bum down, dropping it down, crunching it up. Remember, your modifier is just a nice, easy up and down. And I say easy with a very large grain of salt, guys. Just because it's a modifier does not mean that it's easier. It's just a different move that might be easier on the joints, more gentle, less difficult on the brain, especially if you're new to working out. Trying to do compound movement when you're still learning the basic movements is difficult, and that's okay. That, again, comes with time. Almost there. Beautiful. Coming down on the mat. Ooh, my hair's getting crazy already. Coming down on the mat for either our plank rotation or our supported high plank with a row. Here we go, guys. Find that position. 3, Delitron in, 2, 1. Let's go. We're taking our time on these rotations, really working that full range of motion, pressing our hips towards the sky. So we're really working the obliques, strengthening them. Almost there, less than 10. You're doing amazing, guys. You're so much stronger than you think you are. You can do this. Finish strong. Beautiful. Drop to your knees and come on back up to standing. I know it's a lot of up and down. That's a little sneaky extra calorie burn. This time we're going to go into narrow squat to a wide squat. Alternating sides. So it looks like this. We're sinking our bum back with our feet close together, stepping it out wide to a deeper squat. In. Join me now. And out. So we're staying fairly low for the entire 40 seconds. And with each pulse, we're dropping into that squat deeper, sinking our booty back, attempting to keep the knees behind the toes, Chest lifted the whole time. Don't look down at your toes. You know what you're doing. So you look up and you stare at me, smile at me. Working all parts of the leg here. The outer leg is gonna burn as well. Beautiful, well done guys. Coming back down to the mat. We're gonna come into a figure 4 crunch. So we're taking the leg on top of the knee. We're gonna crunch the knee to elbow for 20 seconds. And when I say switch, we'll switch legs. 1, let's go. Actually, no guys, we're not gonna switch. We're gonna stay 40 seconds on this side. And when we come back around to do the second round, we'll do it on the other side. That makes more sense to me. Get the low back pressed into the mat. You're working your rectus abdominis and your obliques to draw the elbow up to the knee. Try not to bring the knee to the elbow. You're really gonna lift that shoulder blade off the mat. So exhale on the lift. Big breath, this is gonna help propel you up. Beautiful, release it down and come on up. We're almost through this one, guys. You're doing amazing. All right, back to our narrow squat to wide squat. Big breath in. Here we go, guys. Find that position, feet are close together, sink it back. Let's go. So narrow to wide, narrow to wide. So you're drawing your tummy in here as well. This is gonna protect that low back. You want a nice flat back. So I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. So I've got my tummy held in nice and tight so that my back stays flat. I'm not hurting that lumbar spine. I'm not compressing my spine in any way. Ten seconds, you got this. Stay with me. Don't give up. You can do this. You can finish it. Don't give up here. You made it so close to the end. Let's go, guys. Beautiful. Shake it out, coming down on the mat. Figure 4 crunch, other leg. So taking the opposite knee or foot over the opposite knee, sorry. Hand out on the mat or on the ground to support you. Get the elbow ready across to the knee. 3, 2, 1. So elbow to knee. Exhale it out. Draw the elbow to the knee. Lifting the shoulder blade off the mat. The supporting leg stays planted the whole time. Whenever we're doing crunches on the mat, always take the gaze towards the ceiling out in front of you. You're not looking directly up. And what this does is it helps take some of the pressure off the neck when you're taking that gaze up in front. Almost there, guys. This workout is almost over. Beautiful. So release the feet. Take the toes and arms overhead toward the toes. Let the low back come off the mat. It's gonna be a nice good morning stretch. Just really release everything out here. Big breath. Beautiful, guys. So make sure you do a nice little cool down after this. There are some cool down videos on the channel, some stretching, some yoga videos, whatever suits your time frame best. But you definitely want to make sure that you're cooling down those muscles, giving them a good stretch, drinking lots of water today. I'm so proud of you. You did amazing. I really hope to see each and every one of you back on the mat with me again. Have a beautiful day, guys. I'll see you again.